Good morning, detector rats. It's Park Rat Pat. I'm back out here at the old cracker house, and we're gonna hit it today for a little bit, but we're gonna do something a little bit different. I look at it this way. We got an old-timey house. Let's try an old-timey detector. All right, this little beauty, vintage, is the Compass Liberty 50. An awesome detector in its day. And one of the things that I really like about this, let me get it turned on here, is that it's got some monster recovery speed. And this is a great one for challenge hunts, but you can see it's not missing anything no matter how fast you go. Now of course modern machines got their VDI readouts and all that good stuff, and they'll tell you all kinds of things about what you're gonna dig. But with a machine like this, you had to go by sound. Was it scratchy tone? Was it a clear tone? There were no high tones, low tones. It just makes one sound. You've got to learn to read that sound. So, like I said, we're at an old house. We're gonna use an old detector. Heck, let's go all the way old school, and we'll do this in black and white. We'll get out there and I'll see you at the first target. Okay, we've traveled back in time now. Let's see what kind of old-timey goodies we can find out here today. This will be a short, quick hunt, but I guarantee it'll be fun. Okay everybody, this is freaking incredible. With the Compass Liberty 50, old school in it out here, everything sounding the same. I got a crisp signal here. I've hit this area before very extensively with my MX Sport. I know I have. I spent the 9-hour day here doing this, and I look down in the hole after flipping out, and I swear that looks like a piece of jewelry to me. Let's look at that. Look at that. Holy cow. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. There's still more. Oh man. Oh. Oh. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Oh, dang. Dang. Alright, I'm going to take a brush to this thing, and I'll get right back to you. Probably in color, because, man, oh, look at that. I can't believe I missed that before. It probably threw off a bad number, so I ignored it. And there's the benefit of not having VDIs to go by. This may not be real gold. It could be real gold with other cheap metals. I have no clue. But, oh, and see, part of it already fell off there. So yeah, it's old. But we're going to find out. Let me clean this up. I'll get right back to you. Okay, we're back, and it is cleaned up. This is definitely a pot metal. You can tell by where that one piece just broke off right there. And if it had stones in it, they're gone now. So they were probably just rhinestones. Definitely a cheap metal, but awesome. It is a piece of jewelry. And like I say, this is a piece of jewelry I missed. It was probably putting off a high iron signal, and I was, hoping to find better stuff or better relics. It probably just gave a number or a sound that I didn't like with the MX Sport or the V3i. But here, going old school, Bingo. I got a piece of jewelry in the bag as my very first target of the day. If this is the only target I get, I am ecstatically happy. Exceedingly happy. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let me get that into the sun just so you can see it a little better there. Man, that's beautiful. And as soon as I flipped out that plug and saw the chain, I mean, my heart almost stopped. Just absolutely incredible. There is nothing like the thrill you get from doing this hobby, I'll tell you what. Let's get back to it. Okay, this might be tough to do one-handed. And of course I am calling down the curse of the live dig. But, oh, faint kind of signal there. Mostly hitting in the one direction, but here we go. Let's see if I can pinpoint it, and then we'll dig it up. Okay. I'm not getting it with my pinpointer. And as we all know, the TRX is pretty strong. So, right now we're going to dig this spot, flip out the plug, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, I've got the plug out now, and it's definitely in the plug. So, let's tear into this a little and see what we can find. Again, doing this one hand is a little bit rough, so I'm just going to kind of peel chunks back and then get back at it with the pinpointer. Alright, let's keep pulling stuff through here. Move that piece out. Okay, so it's in that piece that I just took out. Let's see what we can find. Is it that? Is that a little piece of foil, I believe? Let me see. There's, okay, nothing left in the plug there. So it is definitely, let me drop that. Alright, so what we got here appears to be a piece of foil. Yeah, it's flimsy like foil, so that's all that was, but great targeting by the compass. One more thing in the bag. Let's go find a new target. Okay, well, I got the plug out, pinpointed, and pulled out this. It's either brass or copper. I don't know, it might have been part of a piston ring or something like that, but it's pretty stout. Cool little find, man. And again, I probably passed it the other day because I didn't like the numbers, but here is something cool, you know? So sometimes you just gotta forget about the numbers and forget about the tones and see what life puts in your hands. Alright, on we go. Alright, I got another good signal here. Well, they're all good signals when there's no numbers involved. But it's definitely here. Let's plug hunt this together. See what kind of goodie we can pull out this time. Is that an edge? No? Trying to just peel away back at it slow. Okay. So see what's going on here. It might be big. Oh, nice. This appears to be a grommet or a seal. It's brass. I think it's a grommet. Very nice. Cool. When I first pinched that edge, I thought it was a coin, man. I was excited. But yeah, that's a beaut. We'll throw that in the bag and look at it later in the wrap-up. Okay, I'm really hoping the camera picks this up in black and white. Because what I found down there is actually a property marker. Old one. And that's pretty cool because, as you see here, it stays right in line between this house and this property here, which of course is all owned by the same people now. But very cool. Come on, focus in, boy. There we go. Property marker. Awesome stuff. I always have fun when I get out, and I try to get out as often as I can, but just being out here and experiencing this is a wonderful thing. I recommend it to everybody. Get your detector. Even if you're not getting a top-of-the-line kind of detector, even if you're just getting something old from a yard sale or whatever, get out there. You're going to find good stuff. I guarantee it. 90% of it's about attitude. Alright, on to the next hole. Yeah, I got a real crisp tone down there, and ended up down about 3.5–4 inches. Pulled out a cool little wing nut, man. Awesome stuff. I've been pulling a lot of junk, and that's to be expected. But I've been pulling a lot of small junk, even pieces smaller than that. And I don't know, kind of hard to see with this coloration, but that's a fairly deep hole. You know, so I'm pulling out small chunks of confetti like that at probably 5–6 inches. So the sensitivity of the machine and the depth is just absolutely awesome. You gotta figure, this machine was the latest and greatest thing in the mid to late 70s, early 80s. So, you know, Stucker's pushing 40 years old, if not already beyond that. And still performing like a beast, man. Absolutely wonderful machine. And, you know, I'm having fun time out here. Alright, let's keep swinging for more targets. Okay. I am out in the middle of the front yard here. I've gone beyond the trees, up into some area that I've never hit before. And I got a touchy signal. It was just hit and then miss, and then hit and then miss, and then hit and then miss. And I went for it, and as you can see down here, this hole's deeper than my shovel by quite a ways. So this is probably a good 12 inches or more down that I had to go for this target. Now it is just a piece of melted slag. I'll give you that. It's a piece of junk, but it's a deep piece of junk. So even on that questionable, faint, iffy signal, the machine still performs well. And as you can see by the hole placement, the pinpointing of it is pretty darn accurate. I mean, as soon as that sound appears, it's right there at that tip. And every time, I've been right on it. That's killer. Let me fill this hole in and I'll get on to the next one. Yeah, another good signal out here in the front yard. You can see there I'm about 8 inches down on my pinpointer and pulled out this from some old like garden hose nozzle. You know, whatever went there is broken off. I couldn't find it in the hole or in the plug, but that's an awesome little relic, man. People be out here watering their plants and beautifying the property, you know, pride of ownership. That happened back in the day. Then people just wanted something new and they started trashing all the old stuff. But we're out here to rescue all of that. Beautiful. Okay, detector rats, it's time for the roundup. Not big on stuff today, but awesome day. I worked with a very old detector from probably back in the 1970s, late 70s, early 80s. Very basic machine. Got some really good targets at some really awesome depths. Let's check this out. See if I can flip the screen over here. It works when I'm practicing, but not when I'm doing it here. Alright, I'm going to get you turned around. Hold on. Okay, there we go now. I found some junky stuff. This was pretty cool. This is a part of a hose nozzle. At least it looks like it's screwed onto one at one point. I got all trash. Great targets. Again, with the older machine, you can't really tell what type of metal you're going to be getting. You just know you're getting metal. And you have a rough idea of depth based on the strength of the sound, you know. But I mean, I was pulling some very tiny pieces from very deep. Got this really interesting piece of brass there. Got lots of little coppery pieces. The best find, the very best find, was this beauty right here. This awesome necklace, which of course broke there. It's a pot metal and it probably was full of rhinestones. What I love about finding stuff like this is the story that's behind it. You know, this thing has a history. Judging by the look of it and probably what the apparent price point was when it was new, this was probably somebody's, you know, Mother's Day gift to their mom or Valentine's Day gift to their girlfriend. So there was, you know, great happiness when this item was bought. There was great happiness when it was given. Someone loved it. It had someone's special memories attached to it. And then they lost it. You know, and that carries a certain amount of devastation. And it sits in the ground for Lord only knows how many years until we come along with an out-of-date detector and pull it out of the ground. And boom, it's creating happiness all over again. And mystery, because I'd really love to know the story behind that. It's just wonderful getting out there, pulling things out of the ground. We are coming up on Valentine's Day, and everybody wants to buy jewelry and stuff. When I buy jewelry, I like to get mine from a little place called Finders Keepers Creations. They're based out of Maine. They've got a real good selection, and their price point is spot on. It's not going to break you, and people are going to know you definitely didn't buy your stuff at Walmart, because, you know, it's not crap. But it's not gonna break the bank for you. So if you get a chance, you know, check out finderskeeperscreations.com. I'll put a link down below in the description. And yeah, check out their website, you know, leave them some comments, ask them some questions. They do custom work. Tell them Park Rat Pat said hey. Alright, I will see you in the next video. Let me see if I can... Nope, still can't turn it around. So... until I put up the next video, like, share, subscribe. God bless. And remember to check out that link in the description.